Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to another video, and in this video, this is like a follow-up video on my previous one where I talked about the new idle stances that are coming to the Unity probably next week, I would assume. I talked over this. If you haven't watched that video, go click like above here somewhere. I linked the video there. It's all probably also going to be in the link in the description below. But Ankama actually added new idle stances to the Unity, and I'm gonna rate them. So I've already filled in the questionnaire, and if you guys want to do that, check the link in the description below. But in this video, we are going to rate all of them and see which ones are the best, which classes actually are better than the other ones, because some are actually so bad. Anyways, let's go over them one by one. First of all, we've got the crowd. Hopefully I can manage playing the video just right above my camera. But these are the Kra idle stances. Pretty good, in my opinion. Having the bow and arrow holding, it's gonna be A tier. It's good. Yeah, so Kra I think is really good holding the bow and arrow. My personal favorite is probably gonna be number 3, but number 1 is just equally as good. I don't like the number 2, but that's beside the point. I think Kra in general is really good at holding a bow and arrow. Eka flip. Oh, this is a good one. It's gonna be between S and A tier, I think. I'm gonna put it in A tier for now, because I think it's on par with the Kra, but it's really good. I think number 2, number 3, they are so good. It's also really clear that's an Eka flip, like seeing holding the cards. I can't say anything bad about it. Now this is the heliotrope. Let me do this real quick. I think heliotrope, they could have done more with it. They could have done much more with it. I think it's not bad. It's not bad. But I think I'm gonna put it in C tier, because they could have done so much more. If you compare it to the other classes, like any Ripster, for example, it's holding the flasks, and although it's not one of the best ones, it's also not as like it. I think it's a B tier. I think it's not the best, but it's also not the worst. Enutroph. Now Enutroph isn't that special, but I still think it's pretty good. But I mean, I think it's not that special, but it is an Enutroph, and it has the shovel, so I think I can't say much more about that one. It's gonna be A tier, I think. Oh, Feka. Oh, fuck Feka. I think this one is gonna be S tier. I think, guys, let me know in the comments below what you think. But holding the staff is a plus for me. Just the change of the elements. Number 1 and number 3 are the best ones in my opinion. I think Feka is going in S tier for me. And oh my god, the Forge Lens, guys. I'm sorry for you Forge Lens lovers out there. It's gonna be D tier. I think it's horrible. I think it's so boring. They should have done something with the lens, because Forge Lens is all about playing with the lens, the spells, and all that kind of stuff, right? Why not put the lens in the idle animations? For example, next up we've got the Hupper Mage. Hupper Mage is pretty much holding a lens. They could have done it with the Forge Lens. Hupper Mage, S tier, like no-brainer. I think the best ones are probably number 2 or number 4. I think if I was playing Hupper Mage, I would be so happy with this. It's gonna be S tier for me, easily. Holding a sword, can't say much more about it. I think it is A tier, maybe. I think I'm gonna put it in B tier, just with the Ripsa. Maybe they could have added a shield or something like that, but holding the sword, I think it's not as good as some other classes. Osamodas is next up. So difficult one, but I think it's gonna be in A tier. I don't know about the facial expressions though, but the pose itself is really good. It's really good. Uginak next up. I think it's bad. It's really bad. It looks like it's about to jump you from the bush. I think it's D tier. I think it's not good. Not good at all. Pandawa. I think Pandawa, I think number 1 and 3 are too basic. If they would all be like that, I would have put it in D tier. However, number 2 with the drinking animation and doing this with the hand. If that's gonna be between A tier and S tier for me as a Pandawa player, I'm gonna put it in A tier because the number 1 and 3 are horrible. But if they implement number 2, then I'm good with that. I'm fine. All right, we've got Rogue next up with the bombs. I think this is good. It's good. I don't like the way the character is standing on number 3. So therefore, I think number 1 could be nice. I think number 2 I don't like because it's not holding a bomb, right? So it's gonna be number 1. I think I'm gonna put it in B tier because I think it's just like the Aniripsa. It's holding the right things, but it's missing something. Like, yeah. And talking about missing something, this is the Sacria. I think C tier. The reason why I put it in C tier is because I think when I think of a mask, when I think of a Sacria, and I've seen the spell animations and they are so good. Why is the idol animation so boring? Like, it's a good animation, don't get me wrong, but compared to the spell animation, they could have done much more with it. And I personally enjoyed number 3 more because of the blood that's dripping on the floor. But I think they could have done more with that. So, C tier for the Sacria. Next up, we've got the Sadi. I like the Sadi. I think it's a no-brainer that number 1 for me is gonna be the best one because it actually has a doll. And Sadis are about dolls. So number 2, number 3 is like, well, it doesn't have a doll, so why would I pick it, right? So I think this one is gonna be A tier. Yeah, A tier is a good one. Shrem. So Shrem, I think we need some debate on the Shrem. For anyone that's playing a Shrem, let me know in the comments below because a lot of people were like, number 3 looks really good. But when you think of a Shrem and the lore behind it, now some people don't really care about the lore, but the Shrem is an assassin. The Shrem is not a Grim Reaper. The Shrem is an assassin. Assassins are stealthy and they use knives. Therefore, number 1 or number 2 are gonna be the best one in my opinion. And I think number 2, number 1 is a little bit weird, like standing like that. I think number 2, I chose number 2 to be the best one. And I think it's gonna be A tier. No matter if they choose number 1, 3, or 2, I don't really care. I do think they have to do something with the knives. Maybe even a trap. I don't know if they can visualize traps. Or, I was gonna say make the character invisible, but that doesn't really make much sense. But I think it's gonna be A tier, no matter that. But I think the Grim Reaper one looks cool, but it's not realistic. Good for Shrem. I think Foganaw is good as well. But I'm gonna put it in B tier because I don't get the wow effect that I get from other classes like Sadi or Ekeflip or Osa. So B tier for me. Though I don't know. Let me know if you're playing a Foganaw, what do you think of this? They could have done something more, maybe with the turrets. I don't know. Right, there we go. Next class, we've got the Xelor. This is a no-brainer, guys. S tier. Some people say they like number 1 more, but I think number 3 is so cool. Having the clock behind the Xelor, I think for me this is S tier. So yeah, let me know in the comments below for Xelor mains out there. Next up, we've got the Masquerade. It's also the last class which has a lot more options. I think holding the mask is a big plus from Ankama. I'm not gonna put it in S tier. I'm gonna put it in A tier. Oops, no, A tier, because I think it is really nice. Doesn't give me the wow effect as much as the Xelor, the Hypermage, or the Feka. But I definitely do like the fact that it's holding the masks. Actually, even 2 of them if they pick that one. But yeah, A tier for that. And then I showed this in the previous video as well. I'm gonna show it here again, in case you haven't watched the previous one. Let me... There we go. So this is how it's supposed to be, right? So first of all, the idle stances are only for outside of your turn. So this is how it goes. You start with the idle stance. Then you start your turn, you cast the spell, right? Then after casting the spell, you don't go back to the idle stance, but you go to like this basic idle stance that you have right now with the fist and the breathing, which is basically the idle stance in between casting your spell. So let's say you cast another spell right here. You go to the basic idle stance, and then when you skip your turn, you pass your turn, then you go back to the idle stance that are showed above. And then this one is for outside of the fight, where you can pick which one you like over here. 2 fists on the hips, arms crossed, 1 hand on the hip, or even the kneeled one. I think, guys, I know it's your choice. Choose whatever you want, but don't pick the kneeling one. You have an emote for that. You don't need it as an idle stance, in my opinion. Also, I've seen some of the comments on the forum. A lot of people are making good comments about why not just add like all 3 of them and let us pick in the game which one we want, or make it even like make a basic one and then make the cooler ones optional. Just buy, like, with the option to buy them or something like that, or to unlock them even by leveling or something like that. Anyways, let me know in the comments below which class you found the most cool from all of the idle stances. Here's the end result of the tier list. The best ones, in my opinion, are the Feka, the Hubba Mage, and the Xelor. And the worst ones are the Forge Lance and the Uginak. So let me know in the comments below what you guys think, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye.